Good morning, and thank you for tuning in. This week, we are going to kick off the new year with a really important discussion on talent development and workforce planning, something that is certainly top of mind for most of our members at IAB Canada. And a few months ago, I met with Felicia Obura, who is the Faculty Business Developer, Global Business and Digital Arts, Cooperative and Experiential Education at University of Waterloo. And we sat down and started having a really meaningful conversation about the shortage in digital skills and general skills that we are facing currently in the workforce, but also due to rapid development in technology and so many other factors, there's really a lot of uncertainty in what the needs are going to be in the future. So after having a really great talk with Felicia, we decided that we were going to break this down and create a 3-part series on the topic of talent development and workforce planning. And whether you're currently employing co-op students or not, this series of podcasts will be of valuable information about the evolution of talent. And the content and the tips are going to help all organizations and employers navigate through the new economic challenges that are impacting the workforce. So this morning, we're kicking off with part 1, which is a general overview. And we're going to take the next 10 to 15 minutes to talk a little bit about the digital media landscape and some of the challenges that we're facing right now. First of all, it's a rapidly evolving sector, and there's new skills required, and there's also a lot of shift in skills. Good morning, Felicia. It's so nice to have this precious time with you.
Good morning, Sonia. Awesome. I'm so grateful for this talk we've had. Previous discussions about how we can give our inputs from the university perspective and how it can kind of come into perspective when it comes to skill talent and the current job market right now we can see in North America. I really do appreciate the time. And I remember you gave us a quick question about how we're looking at how we see it from a university perspective, right? And indeed, that's a fantastic question, because looking back and looking forward in the new year, I think the interesting thing is that we are no longer in the job economy, but rather in the skills economy, right?
Absolutely. And it's one of the top things that are on the minds of our members, for sure. Our industry is 100% in flux. There's changes at every level, and it's hard to keep even an understanding of what is happening, even if you're on the ground and you're actually in the workplace right now, certainly in the management skills, never mind trying to plan for the future skills that are going to be required and what they're going to look like, because it's evolving. So given the monumental shift towards AI enhanced outputs in our sector, we're going to be taxed with some really challenging times getting a grip on what the future of our industry is going to need for effective media planning and buying. Yeah. It's a data saturated and highly regulated environment right now. And we're also seeing some latent gaps emerge in the area of soft skills, with a 2-year gap being, of not having been together during the pandemic. It seems that this may have also impacted organizations' abilities to teach soft skills. And, things like tactful communications, or how to handle business meetings, or public speaking, even those types of things. So from a university perspective, thought it would be really interesting to hear your view on how to keep up your curriculum and prepare students for what's coming.
Yeah, thank you, Sonia. I think the interesting thing is the future of work. We are currently in it right now. It's the AI, robots, the gig economy. When it even comes to climate change, also the social and political movements are just some of those factors that will influence and shape the world we're in currently. And we are in this kind of volatile, uncertain world where jobs continue to change in a fundamental way. Like I said, we're in the skills economy right now. And something interesting we do at the university is we are home to the Work Learn Institute, which is the only research institute in the world that specifically looks at the impact of work integrated learning the emerging generation of the young talents we have today. And as we know, even outside of the lens of co-op, in the current economic climate, we've seen a shift in recruitment where skills-based hiring has become the new gold standard, as you would see. And in response to this shift, our Work Learn Institute has developed comprehensive analysis to kind of determine what skills are required to make talent future ready, competent, and also necessary. That will result in getting the skills that are in demand right now. So, for example, I'll give the co-op we currently have. Our units are the Waterloo. What we do is we bridge the worlds of academia and also we marry it to the industry. And we share the insights from our employers and with our faculties at the university. And also our students, they take what they learn from the classroom and they bring it to the workplace. And that is the essence of the co-op program. I would give further highlights into this. For example, in keeping up with the evolving talent landscape in the global markets, we have the GBDA program, which is the Global Business and Digital Arts program. It emphasizes core areas like, I'll give an example, arts, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and information technology. Now, these have been highlighted as top in-demand skills in the market for the upcoming 3 years, according to research that has been made. And what we do is we introduce our GBDA students to coding and technology from the onset. And what that does is it builds that foundation that will enable them to navigate the tech-driven job market confidently in their co-op programs. And that leads to up to 2 years upon graduation of work experience, because we're no longer really looking for the traditional education. We're looking for a mix, right? And that's how we are able to progress and really make sure our curriculum dives deeper into core areas such as user experience, design thinking, data analysis, that perfectly mirrors the specializations that are currently in demand right now in the job market.
That's great. And when there are placements or requirements that are expressed from, I guess, the organizations who you're working with, do they by name ask for students that have experience with those skills or that are currently being trained under those skills, or are those just a happy byproduct of the program that you can offer to these organizations?
Yes, so indeed, when they reach out to us or when we reach out to them, either ways, we emphasize the skills because we understand it's the skills that they're in demand for. And what we do is because of our curriculum and it's already been married to the current in-demand skills, we are very open to a diverse range of skills and how they improve themselves. So those talents, we give them the pipeline of talents, and that is where they're able to tap those skills from. Directly from the university, right? And that has been ongoing for decades right now. And we are really popular for how our co-op program has been able to be the top and the best in the world in regard. And especially when it comes to DEI contribution to the organization's talent supply, they're very interested in seeing how we are able to navigate this diverse team that are very innovative, fresh, and really are ready and hungry for giving that innovation in the workplace. So
I was actually going to ask you about that because our industry has been working very hard on DEI and ensuring that our industry reflects the multifaceted audiences that we celebrate in Canada.
Yeah.
And we've just, at IAB, we've just launched our Never Done campaign that aims at galvanizing the topic amidst competing narratives like technical changes and other social responsibility topics, namely climate change. It's just so important not to let this become a one-off topic from 2020 when everybody got all excited about it. It shouldn't be a hot buzzword. It should be a work in progress that just doesn't stop.
Yes.
And so
absolutely.
when looking at internships and co-op, how can organizations ensure that they're keeping within their own commitments? How do the organizations find congruency when they're working with a university like University of Waterloo to ensure that, they're doing the right thing and they're maintaining their commitment?
Yes, so in maintaining the standards for education and also partnerships with a lot of companies and organizations, companies that prioritize equity, diversity, inclusion, and anti-racism, or EDIR, as we call it at Waterloo here, they reap many benefits from emerging talents. Now, the diverse teams are more innovative and they're likely to be more reflective of their customer base. And they can positively impact a company's bottom line. And that's a fact. That means to attract, engage, and retain emerging talents, organizations, they need to make EDI a priority, right? We've both agreed on that. And we've also seen, according to research from the Waterloo Works Institute Learn Institute, the organizations that can do this through their practices, such as offering unconscious bias trainings, implementing blind recruitment practices, and looking beyond Canadian experiences, also credential requirements. We see that organizations can also prioritize cultural sensitive policies, such as, for example, adopting gender-neutral language and providing space to recognize lived gender identity. And at Waterloo here, we're learning, and it's a constant evolving action program which we're currently developing and navigating this space as we go on our journey of how best to support our team and also students and employers as well. And we, unfortunately enough, we have dedicated team members in the EDIR and Indigenous Relations space as well, and as recently formed committees. So we have those formed committees that are working to improve our institutions in every way possible. So we take the time best to listen to the needs of our students and employers and also educate them through the resources that we have and more. So.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, Felicia, thank you so much for talking to me about this. It's a great introduction. And I think that our members can really benefit from learning a lot more about how to work with universities and colleges in general on these co-op placements. So I look forward to our next part of the series where we talk a little bit more about the practical side of things. So thanks so much, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much, Sonia. Talk to you guys soon.
This is a machine that a lot of people are going to be able to afford. That's a very, very